Hey guys, Paul from Ashen. It is New Comic Book Day for the week of May 26th, and we're going to start it right now. This episode brought to you by the Comic Book Store, 30 North Main Street, Glassboro, New Jersey, 08028. Come buy some comics, some D&D stuff. Anything? There's other stuff here, right?
Huh?
Come buy a hat. No, there's not. That hat's not for sale. Never mind. Come buy
I'll
comics.
Sell this hat.
Well, he's going to sell the hat. So
I'll sell this hat.
there's only one of them, so get that hat.
Hey guys, Tim from the Comic Book Store, Capes and Scowls podcast, Team Ashen, and a billion other places as we've discussed. How are you? Let's talk about the trades this week. We've got Flash Impulse, runs in the family. This is the start of the Impulse stuff, I believe. This is the Wally West original run of Flash. We got Goosebumps, Secrets of the Swamp. I love secrets. Marvelverse, Shang-Chi. This has a decent mix of stories. That's pretty cool. Not what I was expecting. It's a good mix. Minecraft, With or Without You. What? Puns. We've got Batman, The Dark Knight Detective, Volume 5. What? This is in the early 600s of Detective Comics, for those interested. Loki, Agent of Asgard. This book's amazing until Axis. God, Axis really just ruined everything, didn't it?
Wasn't great.
It was bad. Remember Axis? Rick and Morty Presents, Volume 3. Rick and Morty stuff's always fun. Superman Mythological. This is Volume 4 of Superman. Contains issues 20 to 28. We got Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 12. Man, look at them still going. Sticking to the numbering. Shocking. Outcast, Volume 8. This is, I believe, the final one. Yes, it is. One day I'll do all of this. I started it and didn't keep with it. It's a good book. Champions, Volume 1. There we go. There's that Marvel renumbering I like. Of course, if you like these characters, the younger characters, all together. We got Crossover. This is such a cool yet weird book. But you get more Madman. Like, who knew? Who knew that was even a possibility? And then finally, Marvel. This big treasury-sized, weird-sized edition. Lots of crazy Alex Ross art. Really, that's what it's about, right?
Can't kill someone with it, though.
No. Too floppy. Don't even try. Also, we got the previews. We've got the Marvel previews first. Go ahead, Paul. Tell me one.
Stop.
We have Sinister War. Some sort of weird Spider-Man event. You like weird Spider-Man events, don't you? I've seen the buying habits. You guys do like that. All right, and then we got the big one. Paul?
Stop. I want to make sure that it wasn't Vampirella for the 8th time.
It is 1 through 4. Pick a number.
1.
All right, Firepower by Kirkman. Issue number 14. Still going strong. You enjoyed that book.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
First up, we have issue number 3 of Shadecraft. This has been a fun series. This takes a turn. This takes a turn in a direction I wasn't expecting to go, but it still was somewhat believable as to where it is going. She is gaining more of her powers and understanding where the shadows are coming from, and it has a very Karate Kid kind of feel to it. You will completely understand that reference if you read this issue. But it was a lot of fun with a very interesting twist at the end of this issue. It makes me want to read more. And that's kind of what comics are for. So, grab it.
All right, guys. First up, we have The Last Ronin, issue number 3. If you've been following this crazy Ninja Turtle book where you find out a bunch of bad things happen to the turtles, this is pretty cool still. This issue, you find out what happened to Leonardo and Casey Jones. They were together when the Foot Soldiers and Baxter Stockman, more importantly, attacked them, trying to find the Fugitoid. So you get a lot of really cool, backstory from the past. You also have a bunch of insurgents trying to get through in the future storyline, and there's really cool art change where it goes to Eastman's art style when April is telling a flashback story to Michelangelo for something he wasn't around for. Pretty cool. Looks like next issue is going to tell you what happened to Splinter and Donatello. Interesting. Still good book, just not my top. I enjoyed it though.
Next up, we have Department of Truth issue number 9. The reason this is not my pick of the week is just because it's kind of a setup issue. It really does explain a lot. And oh man, there is a lot that is that goes on between Cole and this new character that I don't quite know how to take. I don't know if he's necessarily evil or if he's just one of those people that likes to watch the world burn, but from a very happy standpoint, kind of. He's a more nefarious character than he lets on, and it's very hard to explain what goes on in this comic because you are dealing with this Denver black hat spot that they're trying to get rid of, and he goes through a very long protracted allegory about magic and how it pertains to the world at large and how it pertains to this book series. And it is just really interesting, but man, it is deep. So if you're not 100% sold on this book, that's probably not the issue to jump in on because you're not going to understand what's going on. But if you've been reading along, you're going to love this issue.
All right, nearly my pick of the week because I love it so much. It's Beta Ray Bill, issue 3. Just so good. Daniel Warren Johnson, so good. And the strange thing that happened at the end of the last issue was when they entered this hell realm, essentially. His ship became sentient. It looked like a lady, and it very much confused him. She's very nice, and he's just trying to cope with all the weird things that seem to be happening. She does present him with an awesome axe that she made him, and he does get to use it. This story is super strange, but it's so much fun. The art's so good. I just really enjoy it, so I think if you enjoyed the past couple issues of Beta Ray Bill, this is, I don't want to say it's a lull because you're in the middle, but it looks like things are about to get super crazy and they probably don't stop till the end. So check it out.
What is my pick of the week? It is Made in Korea issue number 1. This is a futuristic world where, for some reason or another, all of humanity is sterile and unable to have children. And they have created AI children to kind of take that place as we just kind of slip into what will eventually be the end of the human race. And this is taking place in Texas, where this couple decides if you can't beat them, join them, and they pick up a very cheap, like on sale version of one of these AIs, and it just happens to have a special code attached, and it's an interesting series. This is interesting. I'm really not sure where this is going to go. It could go in a weird horror direction. It could go in a very loving, touching direction. Like, this could go either way, and I'm fine with either one of these stories taking place. But man, it is definitely interesting. It's a fun read, and it definitely asks a lot of questions that are just that you're not used to asking. But it's a lot of fun. You should definitely pick it up.
All right, time for my pick of the week. Paul, do you know what it is?
No, I never do.
I know, it's Milestone
I
Returns.
wouldn't guess that.
Why not?
I don't know.
Boy, you stink. It's Milestone Returns, Infinite Edition 0. So this has a ton of different artists on it and a couple different writers. There's multiple stories in it. I remember the Milestone universe the first time around. Some of the stories I enjoyed, some of them I was like, whatever. But I like this because I feel like they give you a decent introduction, if you aren't familiar, to all of these characters. I think they do a pretty decent job for a normal-sized comic. I think probably it's almost like I want a little bit more, but I understand they're going to branch into a bunch of books. I think they announced Icon and Rocket, Static, and Hardware are the first 3 books, which is probably the right moves. But just really cool story, tying it into things that are happening nowadays in our current time. So it's both good and bad in that respect. But really good story, really good use of the characters. I'm curious to see where this goes. But yeah, as far as just developing the characters, if you know nothing, I think Static is probably the best developed in here. So if you like Static, get your Static. And check out the book. It was pretty good. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you for making it all the way through to this video, to the best part, the end, where it's done. Paul?
Where it's done.
Paul, you have some cosplay videos coming out this week.
Yeah, we have, cosplay's coming back, so,
Cosplay. Do you remember this channel was about cosplay a lot? It's gonna come back a little.
It was like half and half. was like half comics, half cosplay. Now
Half
it's like, hey,
cosplay.
that other half is coming back.
Half Tim. Yeah, it was good stuff. Good times.
Now that half is coming back.
That's good. So if you like cosplay, you want to learn a little about cosplay, I keep telling Paul he needs to do a how-to video. If you guys want to leave a comment saying you want Paul to do that, I think comments could encourage him. He just needs a little motivation. He's that kind of guy, where it's like you tell him a great idea, he's like, that's fantastic. You are correct. And then crickets. But I think if we get him motivated...
That is not even remotely close to how
It's
I
1,000% true. I know that's how percentages work. And I think we can really motivate Paul to do this great thing. So if you want it, leave it... Shut up, Paul. Shut up.
And when you tell me to do something, I jump and was like, oh yeah, let's go do it. Yeah. And then you're just like, oh, wait.
And I'm like, shut up.
Yes.
No. Leave comments if you want him to do that. If you don't want him to do it, I guess don't leave a comment. That'd be good. You could leave a comment saying Paul's terrible if you want. But I don't think he's terrible. I think he's a great guy.
Analytics, so go ahead and comment.
Yes, analytics, in fact, are analytics, everybody. And Paul's still streaming if you want to see him play some Dead by Daylight. The Resident Evil thing just dropping soon, so yeah, that. Right?
Yeah.
All right, that's it. I'm not pandering any other garbage we do.